Our attacks against the Japanese fleet have done significant damage. And now, only one of the original 6 carriers that attacked Pearl Harbor remains. Now we must press our advantage and ensure their main carriers are all sent to the bottom of the Pacific. The Zuikaku and several escort carriers are our final targets, and it's your job to deliver them to the depths.
Reaper Leader, the remaining carriers are in striking distance. Scramble immediately and follow heading 310.
I'm looking forward to some payback on these bastards. All right, boys. Target's 20 clicks north-northwest. Let's keep tight and watch out for jet fighters. Reaper Wing, form up with me. We've got some scrap to commission.
Permission to make calls and things, Reaper Leader.
Permission granted. Control, we have visual on the Jap fleet.
Previous wings have reported a lot of air activity, so get in and mix it with the planes first.
Control, we have clear skies here. How about you let us off the leash? Roger that, Reaper Leader. Control, looks like the carriers are readying a bunch of planes to launch.
Take them out, Reaper Leader. Reaper Leader, planes are launching from one of the escorts. Try to hit them on the deck before they get up.
Last of the planes, Control.
Roger. Looks like the fleet carriers are breaking off. Reaper Leader, don't let those carriers escape. Sink all three.
Reaper Wing, you heard the man. We came here to sink some ships, so let's sink some.
You won't hear me complaining.
Reaper Leader, other dive bomber wings are on approach.
This one's smoking.
Damn it, the Zuikaku's breaking away. Get those escort carriers sunk before she gets clear.
First escort carrier's going down, Control. Another escort damaged. Control, the second escort carrier is taking on water. She's sinking. I see flames on the last escort carrier. She's listing. Control, all three of the carriers are sinking.
Nicely done. Now catch up with that big ship and send her to the bottom. The other wings are heading back to the fleet, so you're on your own now. Damn it, the Zuikaku's breaking away. Reaper Wing, take out the Zuikaku's AA banks first. That should give you some respite while you attack her.
That's the first AA bank down. There goes the second main AA bank. Control, I've hit her third main AA bank.
timing, Reaper Leader. We're on him.
That's it, Control. All of our AA banks are down.
Good work, Reaper Leader. Watch out for small arms fire. Okay, Reaper Leader, it'll be easier to breach her hull if you slow her down. So take out a rudder and bridge. Start with the rudder, Reaper Leader.
I'm on it, Control. Hit. A good hit. She's turning.
Confirmed, Reaper Leader. Your next target is the bridge. Take out our bridge, and they won't be able to coordinate damage control to carry out repairs. The bridge is heavily armored, so shoot straight and hit it hard.
Control, I didn't realize I had the option to shoot in any other directions. Control, the bridge is out of commission.
Nice work. Reaper Leader, she's one tough ship. Obviously trying to drag you out of operational range. See if you can damage her exhaust ports. That should force them to shut down our engines.
Roger that. Targeting her exhaust ports.
The exhaust ports are low to the water and heavily armored, so you'll have to fly in low to hit them.
One smoking, Control.
Is she slowing?
She's slowing, Control.
This is it, Reaper Leader. Get in and sink that carrier.
With pleasure. Reaper Wing, give me some cover.
All over it, Reaper Leader.
Fighters, closing on your position.
Roger, Control. She's damaged, Control. Good hits, Control.
Hurry up, Reaper Leader. We've got enemy ships approaching.
Almost done here, Control. Another hit, Control. How much more punishment can this thing take? She's sinking. Looks like the crew are... Control, I see destroyers approaching the Zukaku.
Probably moving in to rescue the crew.
We gonna take him, Reaper Leader?
Nah, they're done. Let's go home. By the time our fleets met in the Philippines, the Japs were on the back foot. We'd hammered their Air Corps at Marianas, and they'd lost a lot of quality pilots. So the Japs came up with a new strategy: kamikaze attacks. Every man who signs up for service knows that there's a chance of death, but I'll never understand what drove the Jap pilots to sacrifice themselves so willingly. We weren't prepared for them. Nothing can prepare you to watch as pilots load their planes up with bombs and fuel and deliberately fly them into your ships. The kamikaze attacks did a huge amount of damage, not all of it physical. The kamikazes sank 15 ships alone in the Philippines and over 40 over the course of the war. Not all of the Jap pilots were throwing themselves against our ships, though. In the Philippines, I met another ace from the Goryeo Squadron. This was Takuma Mayo, the main man's top wingman. I relished the chance to test myself against the Japs' best pilot, and hopefully I'd get the chance before we routed the Japs from the Pacific. The Battle of Leyte Gulf was the last great naval battle of the war. By the time the battle was over, we'd sunk the Musashi, the largest battleship ever built, and the Zuikaku, the last surviving carrier from the Pearl Harbor attack. In the Philippines, the Japs lost 10 times as many ships and planes as us, and the Jap Navy was finished. But there was one more stepping stone on the way to Japan, Iwo Jima.